Egyptian Christians sentenced to years in prison for blasphemy against Islam. This was interesting to me. In Egypt, on January 29th, Marcos Gerges, a Coptic Christian, was found guilty of multiple charges, including quote-unquote contempt for Islam by the Cairo Economic Court. The ruling resulted in a 5-year prison sentence. Gerges was arrested in June 2021 on suspicion of having quote-unquote sexual images on his mobile phone. Prosecutors said that these images were offensive to Islam. The Egyptian Initiative for Personal Rights, or EIPR, an advocacy group that aims to strengthen fundamental rights in Egypt, reported that Gerges' charges including, quote-unquote, infringing on the values of Egyptian family life. According to the New Arab, a pan-Arab media outlet, Gerges was just an ordinary citizen with no affiliation to any entity. EIPR accused the Egyptian government of using unconstitutional laws and unfair court proceedings to target individuals accused of blasphemy. The human rights watchdog fears that Gerges' prosecution will signal an increase in human rights violations in Egypt.
It's a friendly reminder that Egypt is going the wrong direction, whatever, with regards to all of this blasphemy stuff. By the way, the people who were defending this regime over Morsi because of they thought like, technically they would have been worse. So I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know what to say, what to comment on this over the other than what is obvious about how horrible this is. What what do you think we should add to this? Like this is pretty self-evident.
It's really interesting to me because it's not often in. Okay, granted, we don't get news out of Egypt this often, so I should put some asterisks on this, but usually when I hear reportings on this is a Muslim thing, because my understanding, which isn't that deep, is that, kind of Christians are oftentimes these offense against religions things are more inter-community or intra-community. And so to have it actually be a Christian who's found guilty for contempt of Islam seemed like slightly unusual to me. I could be wrong. Maybe this is actually not that unusual in the way that this is being applied. But then also just the nature of it is so bizarre. So I was looking for information on this, and there's not really a lot of info on this. Like, so there's sexual imagery on his phone, and the sexual imagery is an offense to Islam. Like, what does that even mean? Like, is it is it a sexual blasphemy thing? Like, is it just any sexual imagery in general that's against Islamic values?
It's probably a sexualized or Muhammad or something, or like one of those pictures of him like having sex with a pig or something like that. I'm assuming. I don't know. But that maybe. I'm guessing that something is like that because we haven't seen the image. I'm just assuming it's like maybe he saw some very offensive. He enjoyed watching some very offensive images about Muhammad and stuff, and he just made a mistake of downloading it or something, saving it on his phone. I mean, not a mistake by my standards, but how did I get to his phone?
I don't know. There's really not a lot of clarity around this. Well, and especially considering the fact that a lot of the news is in Arabic, and I can't read Arabic. I have to look for other sources to talk about.
It's so scary. Like no degree of privacy. Like you can't. Like you. Like even if you're trying to keep the blasphemy only on your goddamn phone, like they could still get at you and find you and like basically destroy your life over something you haven't even shared. You just have it on your phone. Like you're not even like advertising it. You're just like, oh, this is cool.
Right?
Just putting it like it's not like you're like having a Facebook page or like, hey, this is like Islam sucks or something. Here's some posting some memes or something. You're like, you just privately are enjoying some, I don't know, spicy memes or something. I don't know. And you can't even do that. Like they were gonna get you, gonna find you. Like we're just like, you're not is like who. I'm asking questions of religious people as if I was gonna say like who's he's hurting, as if if he was sharing it, he was hurting anybody, right? Like even by here I will clarify. Even by Islamic standards, okay, this guy's not hurting anybody, okay. Even by Daniel Hagaju kind of standards, he was keeping his blasphemy to himself, okay. So he's like privately holding it, like oh my god, this is spicy, I need to save this, right? Like he's not going out and be like advertising. He's not like advertising his like apostasy or anything like that. Like even based on Islamic standards, they like okay, like we can't. If you're like secretly an atheist, we're not gonna come digging the fact that you're an atheist and like hold you responsible for it. Like it has to get out there. Like you have to like be trying for it to get out there. So even by conservative Islamic standards, this is like overkill. So I don't know what these people are doing. Okay, so yeah, like he says that on his phone. It's really scary. Like imagine the signal that sends to other atheists that are like have a whole bunch of in Egypt who might have a whole bunch of. They're probably a lot of them are cleaning up their phones right now. A lot of them might be like unfollowing.
And this guy was like a religious
pages.
person. It's like it's a lot worse for the atheists because the fact that they have apostatized. There's been cases in Egyptian law where because they don't have a direct apostasy law, but the fact that they did apostatize is seen as an insult to Islam. So then it's covered under the blasphemy law, like just legal loopholes to get at these people. So that's what I thought was interesting about this case with the Egyptian Initiative for Personal Rights, the advocacy group, which itself has been targeted by the state, where they're making the point where this is almost less about the blasphemy and more about this signaling of using these overly vague laws that violate international norms to just get at citizens, using things like infringing on the values of Egyptian family life to charge someone. What kind of a charge? What does that mean? What is, so using these very broad laws, if blasphemy is inherently a vague law, to infringe upon people's rights.
This is why I want to piss on everything you hold sacred, because you be a bunch of sensitive. Seriously, you guys are so sensitive. This is why we piss on your beliefs, because you need to grow, Oh my god, it's ruining someone's entire life because oh my god, my values here. I am offended. So destroy this man's life. Destroy this man's entire life because my values is me must too spicy for my take, and nobody saw it. Like it's not even out in the open. We don't even know what it is. But the potential of hurting other people's feelings was enough to completely ruin this man's life. And like the standards are insane. How could you not see that you're on the wrong side of this? Like you're destroying people over this. Okay, no, just move on. All right.
It's crazy. Yeah, there's no real good explanation. Hopefully there's some appeals process that this guy has available to him.
Okay. So somebody's saying this is why. Okay, that's my. Oh, yeah, meme that. But this one is pretty cool. Armin, fix your hair. You look unkempt. No. Okay, no. Go screw yourself. Okay.
I like this guy's username. It's Assembly of God.
Okay.
I'll go to the church.
Susanna is like looking into the distance.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.